look at pulling objects that we made and textured in Maya into our working scenes in Unity like so that they're fully textured in Unity and we're able to walk on and move on and interact with these objects in Unity. So I've got one more asset that I'm building in Maya, and I just need to add one more texture on. I found this pretty nice brushed steel texture. Now, it's important that we know and we're intentionally putting our texture files in one location. By default, Maya pulls from a folder in our documents that we need to pay attention to. It's under Documents, Maya, Projects, Default, and Source Images. And if you look inside this folder, I've already got a handful of textures, including this brushed steel one that I'm looking at. As long as you're putting images in this folder, neither Maya nor Unity will have a problem finding them. So if you've been having problems trying to locate textures or textures going missing, make sure they're all in this folder and you won't have a problem. So I'm going to go ahead and apply this one last texture to my asset in Maya by adding a new material. It's making it a blend, adding a file. Now it's important that I name all of my materials in Maya unique names, so they're not just blend 3 or blend or Lambert 1. Otherwise, Unity is going to get confused by the different kinds of Lamberts. So let's name this one brushed steel 1. Let's add the file onto that, which I've covered in other videos if you do not know how to do. And I'm going to locate that once more. Documents, Maya, Projects, Default, Source Images. Now that's a long way to go, but after you do it once, Maya will remember where to find that next time you're looking for a new file. So I'm going to grab that brush steel, apply it, and I could UV map it, but I'm not too concerned right now, so let's just get this into Unity. First thing is we'll combine everything with our modeling kit. Now I'm going to File, Export Selection. And the file type that we want to export is called an FBX. Make sure that we have that selected. FBX gives us the option over here on the right side. Under Include, we're going to find Embed Media. Make sure this is checked. This is what's going to embed our texture files in there. So I'm going to name this Skywalker Saber 1. I'll export that selection, and it's going to export as an FBX file, which is kind of like a compressed 3D model with those textures included. So I'm going to go back into Unity. Let's exit my scene real quick. I'm going to locate that file on my desktop, which is where I exported it to. My desktop's a little cluttered right now. Drag that into my prefabs folder, and it gets imported into Unity as a prefab or as kind of like its own model. And if I look, it's got all those textures that I added onto it. Now, a few things that are important here before I start dragging into my scene is if I want this to be a solid object, then it needs a mesh collider. Now, because it's made of a bunch of little objects inside Maya, I want to be able to create colliders for the whole thing all at once. So let's just check over here, Generate Colliders. That's on the prefab itself before I drag it into my scene. After that, I can drag, drop it into my scene, apply any settings that I've changed, and then I'll be able to locate and interact with this piece. Now let's increase the size of the saber. And there we go. There is my full functioning textured asset that I made from Maya.